One of the concerns people have when dealing with small brands in faraway places like China is what kind of service and support can you expect to get if and when things go wrong. Now, I've featured WheelTop group sets on the channel many times, and in the main my feedback has been good, but I also think it's fair that I share what it's like if things do go wrong and what WheelTop is actually like to deal with. I have an old saying I use a lot: the sign of a good company is not only if things go wrong, but what they do about it if and when it does. The group set in question was the WheelTop GeX 1x-Gravel. Now, the workshop didn't supply the group set, we never do. We were just commissioned to build the bike, and we were therefore the obvious first port of call when the customer started getting some problems. Now, the customer made their original online purchase with WheelTop directly on the 25th of April, and by the time both it and all the other bits filtered down into the UK, the customer was provided a completed built bike on the 10th of June. A few months later, on the 11th of August, the client contacted me to say that they were having problems and the group set was completely unresponsive. They tried all the normal tricks trying to get their mobile app to talk to it. They even tried to do the resync process to get the rear derailleur to resync with the shifters, but nothing. It was dead, completely unresponsive. So on the next day, the 12th of August, they brought it back to me in the workshop for me to take a closer look at it. So I put a full charge into the group set and had a closer look. And like the client, I could not get anything out of it at all. I tried the WheelTop app on my mobile, but it couldn't see it, completely unresponsive. So what I then decided to do was try and resync the rear derailleur with the shifters. And to do this, what you do is you put the charge cable on the rear derailleur momentarily, and then when you remove that cable, you'll get a blue flashing light on the rear derailleur to say it's in pairing mode and it's looking for the shifters. And here, this is what that looks like on a healthy WheelTop GeX derailleur. But when I tried that with the client's rear derailleur, nothing at all. No blue flashing light. It was completely dead. So therefore, we had a proved fault on the rear derailleur that needed reporting to WheelTop. I therefore sent an email the same day to the WheelTop support team explaining in detail exactly what the fault was, as well as all of the things that had been attempted to overcome the fault, and a video was attached to it that demonstrated the problem. And as well as all of that, I also included all of the information about the client's original purchase a few months earlier, including the order number, their address, and everything else. So WheelTop had everything they could possibly need. I received a response to that email within 24 hours from WheelTop asking me to do some additional basic first line checks, which I did and emailed them straight back. Now, this email triaging bounced back and forth for a couple of days, but to cut a long story short, they eventually agreed that the diagnosis was correct, it was faulty, and they agreed to replace it. Now, interestingly, WheelTop did request that I get the returns process started before they would then send the new one out. So they sent me through a detailed PDF document explaining in finite detail exactly what services they wanted me to use, which I did, and provided them evidence that I had done so. Now, that service cost £13.70, which they promised they would refund back to me, but I've yet to see that. The replacement derailleur arrived here in the workshop, and here it is, on the 1st of September. Now, if we take into consideration weekends and bank holidays, there you go, this derailleur took 14 working days to arrive here in the UK. So I've made this very short video to explain my experience of what it's been like dealing with the WheelTop service desk, but more importantly, I've made it so you can share your experiences too. If you own a WheelTop product and for whatever reason you've had to log a fault with them or deal with their service desk, please put a comment down below and share your experience. Now, some of you, quite rightfully, are going to be shouting and spitting at your screen. Yeah, but John, you've got a YouTube channel. They're going to give you preferential treatment and look after you. Did that happen or didn't it? I don't know, and I never will know. But what I will say on that point is I don't know anybody at WheelTop. And up until this point, I've never had any communication with WheelTop directly. I go through a branding agency, and they're the people that bring people like me on board and send me the equipment to share with you guys. So when you take that into consideration, are they going to know who I am? Look, I'm not Francis Cade, and this ain't GCN. I'm a really small YouTuber. I've got 30,000 followers. So taking that into consideration, what are the chances of somebody working on the service desk all the way over in China even knowing who I am? I don't think they probably would. But yes, I will accept that it may have influenced the outcome, possibly. Now, if you want to see my original video where I take a look at the GeX Groupset, it's that one up there. Or if you want to look at the road version, the TX, it's that video down there. Thanks for watching.